so crazy.
This is a video.
It's a hood!
Does he like getting baths?
He likes to swim, but he doesn't really fuck with the bath.
I'm about to say, he looks very sad and
Does he? He really
annoyed.
doesn't like, as soon as you get closer to his head, he's like, yeah, the water just like drips off. Yeah.
Damn. New project coming soon.
Big buddy Ben.
Oh, running over the plastic now. You're gonna have to get used to this. With the LeBaron.
Damn, listen to that exhaust. Tooting and pooting.
he doesn't know that I've started. And I'm pretending like I'm adjusting things, and he doesn't know.
I can hear you mumbling. Alright, this episode we're gonna show you how to take your stock hood that you made your carbon fiber skin from, cut off the outer metal skin of this, and replace it with the carbon.
Before you start today's episode, please invest in PPE.
Ears and eyes, and nose and mouth.
Easy day.
How's it going, everybody? Wanted to take a quick section out of today's video to let you all know we have new merch on industrygarage.com. Head on over and help support what we do. All right, back to our scheduled programming.
Okay, so what we're gonna be doing is taking the inner shell, the actual aluminum shell from Xavier's stock hood, and putting it onto the carbon exterior shell that we made. So to do that, what we're gonna need to do is take a grinder to the edge. It's the same thing we did for the 240Z door skins. The outer shell is essentially just folded up around the inner shell. So you just grind the edge where it's folded over until you can see the little line of where the two pieces separate. Once you see that line, you can stop and just keep going until the whole entire part is cut out. Once you've gone around the whole outside perimeter, you will have this. If you grind it very far, you can peel it off with your hands. But some parts it might be a little tricky, but maybe not. What I was gonna say is you can use one of these tools. They usually have like a air hammer adapter on them, or you can just tap it with a hammer. You can kind of slide it in here. But if you grind far enough, you can just whip it with your hands. And it will come off. Samurai!
You really just want to be Samurai Jack.
So right here you can see this is the outer shell and this is the inner shell. Let's see if I can get in between these things. So we need to separate these two. We're gonna go around with the same thing. Any type of chisel or anything will work. There might be some spots inside here that have some globs on them as well. But just keep prying. Just make sure you don't damage the inner shell because that's the only thing we're keeping here. Line it up with the shell, and that's pretty much how it's going to be, to bond it to it. Okay, so if you were going to keep your car the same color it was when you cut your inner skin off, and you're doing this exact same thing, you could pretty much just touch up the edge and bond this to it. Since Xavier is changing the color of his S2000, I'm going to paint this first, grind it on the inside, and then bond it to the carbon hood afterwards. So this will be the correct color. And then you'll be able to see the carbon from the inside. Again, we are going to paint the outside, even though we made it all pretty and perfect.
It was just for the YouTubes.
Yeah. So we're gonna sand the inside of the carbon also, and we're gonna satin clear that. Be a cool contrast against the gloss clear of Xavier's new color. I don't know if he's telling you guys yet. Stick around for the end of the video to see.
Damn, the
Don't need that anymore.
The disrespect.
Look at the under. Okay, so since this is an aluminum inner shell, and aluminum and carbon fiber together have a very high tendency to get galvanic corrosion. If you're running something like titanium or something like that, that lets less electrons through it or something like that,
Science.
it won't corrode. But aluminum is actually like one of the worst to bond to carbon fiber. So what we want to make sure we do is like completely cover it so there's no bare aluminum. The epoxy that we're going to use is going to keep it away from that, but if you really wanted to be extra sure, you could run a strip of fiberglass around the outside or a piece of fiberglass on the whole inside of the carbon part. Most hoods are not aluminum shells like this, but S2000 just happened to be one of them. So we're just going to be really careful and make sure that no aluminum is actually touching any of the carbon. It's all going to be epoxy. Another thing we have to do before we bond these guys together is cut out this center section, because we cut out one of our test pieces for the universal vents we're going to start making, and we're going to cut out just this center beam right here for Xavier beforehand, and just carry this straight across. It's a pretty common S2000 mod. People like cut out these holes or whatever, but he's going to run actual pre-preg carbon vents. But we're going to add them in later, but I want to make sure the inner structure is already cut out. So we'll cut these out real quick. Sand the inside, or the underside of the aluminum structure, sand the underside of the carbon, get these two painted, and then we'll get to bonding. You can see all the previous bids.
You'd think,
These are bids.
It's a very nerve-wracking moment right now.
but it seems like it would be better
Who's bidding against
for the bidding site if you could put in your highest.
SD Gore.
Then it would just rock it up. So.
Yeah, exactly.
SD good. Giving us a challenge. He is really want this car.
Bidder for a minute.
We have lost to SD Gore.
I lost.
This man is consistent. He really wants a 2002 with the S2000 engine.
I'll make sure this door and that door are locked.
That's fine.
After all that, I knew it too. Oh, so I guess it's hidden. They don't even know. Oh, cool.
SD Gore is.
So nobody got it anyways.
Dude, we got our our hopes all hyped up.
Waste my time, 2021.
Oops. Back to the daily duties.
All right, so we've gloss cleared the inside of the hood and satin cleared the inside of the carbon part of the hood. And we're gonna come back tomorrow when these are fully dry and glue them together. Okay. How you feel about it?
I want the car to be painted now.
So the paint has dried on the inside of the hood and the other inside of the hood. So we already have cleaned off the edge of the aluminum. So we're just keying up the carbon fiber side. Yeah, so I just ran over with this weird disc. So we've keyed up the inside of the hood, and then we're keying up the inside of the carbon fiber with some 40 grit. You can run 80 too if you want to. This cuts a little faster though. Just to give it some mechanical bond, but we're gonna make sure that we completely coat all of this bare aluminum in epoxy. So no aluminum should actually touch the carbon, otherwise it could lead to galvanic corrosion.
Yeah, we had a lot of people comment about that.
Yeah,
back
so
when
that'll
we did
break
the
down
240.
the aluminum slowly. But if it's introduced to water, which, I mean, it's a hood, so it's gonna get rained on. So. But we'll make sure the inside's painted completely, and this side, it's got the E-coat from the factory, and then the edge that's actually ground down, we'll make sure it's completely covered. You can actually do a test where you can probe the aluminum, and then you can probe the carbon fiber and see if it's a continuous circuit, because the carbon fiber is conductive like a metal.
Oh, so test it like you test the ground?
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty dope. I didn't even think about that.
Yep. But aluminum and carbon fiber have very different, like the way that they hold voltage, or like electrons is very different. So that's like one of the worst combinations for galvanic corrosion.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
So we're gonna continue keying all this up, and then we're gonna hit some epoxy around it, set it together, and clamp it. We're pretty much done. Actually, could you, once I start spreading this on this edge, you mind hitting all the little glob things? That'll give me a good amount of time.
Oh yeah. All right, let's bring you guys in close so you can see exactly what's going on.
See any excess epoxy chilling? Just a little wiping. This blob right here. That's me. Making a mess. Like usual.
Remember everybody used to be like, damn, Daniel. Damn.
Back at it again with the curve.
With the white vans. Dude, we lived through some memes. This is a video.
It's a hood!
Yeah. This is the most exciting part. I got one OEM sticker.
Had to keep it in little details.
It is all in the detail.
Yep, so this is a wrap for episode 2 of making your own DIY carbon fiber hood with our DIY large carbon fiber kit. Get from industrygarage.com. Link in the description below. Really supports us, helps us keep full tubing like we've been doing. But also, if you get either our large or our small kit from us, and leave your email in like the actual checkout, we will add you to the list. And once you make your part, make sure you take a bunch of photos and videos and send them to us. We're gonna have a competition maybe in December, end of December, and we're gonna give away a bunch of stuff. We're gonna judge everybody's carbon fiber parts that they're making with our kits. So, but you have to buy a kit. So get a kit from us, make a cool part, send it to us, and we'll take a look at it.